left-hander.
Welcome to some hot action in Carp in Focus. Someone once told me they could never understand why carp was so popular. Had he been living on Mars, I inquired? A big carp bonanza. A picture of me with Cluster in 1987. Me, look at me.
The fish, and also through...
Well, there's an honest answer. And of course, these days, both of them passed away, yeah?
Yeah. You're welcome, Chris. Thank you.
Sadly, the company that owned Longfield decided to sell it for development, but they thrived in their new environment, Chris. Here was a far richer water, lots of natural food for them to feed upon. The 20-pounders became 30s, the 30s became 40s, and the biggest fish, Jack, made 49 pounds.
Mission impossible. Will they catch? It's pretty grim, I gotta tell you.
Frank Warwick, Simon Crowe, Ian Chilcott, myself, the young lads Joe and John, we all gave a really decent crack at this water. We fed it with maggots, we fed it with casters, we tried them with pellets, we tried them with single hook baits, you name it, it was in our armoury, and we gave it the crack. Over the pellets and the maggots, we attracted virtually every bird in the lake. The long-suffering Len Gerd spent a lot of time filming birds, waiting for the odd carp to stick its head up.
I've done what many anglers will do, and that's cast into a tree.
Bob Davis, I'm on the lake.
The big carp scene. So what went through your mind when you eventually landed this fish?
Yes!
Come on, this is what you want. Get on it. Come on! Let's do it!
So tell us about the big black common, the myth fish.
It's fantastic, mate, isn't it?
Well, he's Dutch, actually, isn't he? Yeah,
Dutch, yeah.
Dutch-French.
Carp care on the bank.
Bait.
Bait, in fact, loads of it. Where would we be without boilies? Surrounded by bait. If you just had to choose one, what would it be?
Tooties, Chris.
I had a fella the other week come in and ask for some jokers. I said, we've got loads of jokers in this shop, mate.
Oh, great stuff, Lee, thanks.
It's rig time. Well, I'm here with Terry Hearn at Manor Floaters. This is what I like, a story where Terry hasn't actually caught them all, but this is the very biggest fish.
Oh, PVA, it's just brilliant. Like you say, good old PVA. The 15 mil popped up fish meal.
More from that magical world of carp. Up-and-coming carp angler Joe Wright takes young John on a visit to a local tackle shop to get kitted out for carp.
Right, John, what we've done, we've brought you along today to have a look at a bivvy system, and they're now known as a bivvy, so they're called bivvies.
So bivvy's this sort of fisherman's tent, really?
Yeah, I love a bit of this is nice, and all my kit's got wet.
Christ, there's an awful lot of stuff there. Do I need all this?
Yeah, you do it. Obviously, at night, it gets very dark, so you need something to so you can see what you're doing. I'm not too good at that, but I'm not usually too good at doing my own food. Little gas ones, pucker, they're real nice and small.
So, do you get any fishing down while you're on the bank? Seems more sort of emphasis on sleeping than anything else.
Believe you me, mate.
So, Joe, what do I need in my tackle box?
You need to buy different bits and pieces to make your own. We've got a couple of, you tie that onto your dacry, to your hook length material.
Right, so is that everything I need now in my tackle box to go fishing?
To start with, yeah, John.
Okay, Jay, so what sort of rods and reels do I need when I'm starting to carp fish?
2 1/4 pound test curb. This is a 2 3/4, so you can it's a bit stiffer, so you can cast it a lot further. Right, I'm just gonna look at these really simply now because I don't want to get things complicated. Right, Jonathan, that's the rod setup all sorted. I hear there's some good rig books out there might help, Jonathan.
Yeah, there are. There's a couple on the market.
That's brilliant, Ashley. Thanks very much. I'm sure I'm ready to tell my own rigs now. It's great. So, Ashley, how much am I sort of looking at to pay for a rod and reel?
£110 for a rod and reel setup.
Well, for someone like Jonathan, how much would you expect him to pay for a really simple setup?
£110 for a rod and reel setup.
So, Joe, I've seen these on the bank before. You know, what are they? Why are there sort of 2 or 3 buzzers? So, how do these buzzers work? So, Ashley, you know, how much is this going to cost me?
About £70 or £80.
Right.
Okay, John, now we've got your rod, your reel, your buzzers, your rod system and your hangers. We're all set for the bank.
Right, brilliant.
John and Joe have plundered the tackle shop. Let's see how they get on the first time on the bank.
Split it up. 2 this side. Let's tuck them in. Right, John, now we're really carp fishing. Right, John, carp fishing.
It's okay, Joe. Am I ready to fish now?
Ready to go, mate.
Right.
12, 13, 14, 15.
So do you not get bored when you're out fishing?
It's pretty harsh.
Yeah. What's this slight extra cover for, I've noticed?
It is a nightmare.
Okay, Joe, what are the basic things that we're going to need to fish today?
Bobbins.
So, Joe, we're putting 2 rods out. You know, can I put as many out as I like, really? So why have we chosen this particular area to fish, Joe?
I don't want to be here, I want to go home.
So what's the nooking mat for?
Oh, it's horrible.
What's the purpose of that, then?
Fishing.
So is that important, then?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
How do you know what's a foot of line?
Guess.
So is that important?
Yeah.
Well, how far can you... Well, can't you just throw it in?
Okay, John. It gives us a target.
What do you mean by target?
So you need to check that out.
Why are you doing that? Because you've already put some bait out.
It's like, I'm happy to fish to that spot now. Yeah, what you doing, mate? It's pucker.
I want to get the rods out, mate.
So
I'm
do
desperate
I.
to get fishing.
Yeah.
I don't know who's teaching who here.
Oh, that's excellent. Well chuffed you, mate. Only small. I've got a little mark there. I'm sure I'll go on and catch a few big kippers, hopefully. You also lost one. Well, mate, it's the end of the day. I'm probably going to have to shoot off.
Was that a little tootie?
Yeah.
Spot on.
Gee, time really does go quick when you talk about carp. So now you're getting a feel for what all the fuss is about. I'm off carp fishing, so catch you next time in Carp in Focus. You thought it was all over. Take a look at this.